Okay, so this is my audience, and I have to show y'all. Y'all have to say nothing. There are over 22 million Americans living with substance abuse and dependence problems. The odds are you have probably come in contact with some sort of situation about drug use, maybe with a family member, a friend, or even yourself. Too often we don't talk about it because we are embarrassed, but today I want to add getting help and getting clean to the incarceration plan. I believe all prisons should mandate some sort of drug rehabilitation for inmates dealing with substance abuse issues, and I want all of you guys to believe it too. I've spent time doing research on this topic of substance abuse. I've done research from the archives of the internet to my health science textbooks. Prisons should offer some forms of rehab for the following reasons. Drugs impact our decision making. The benefits of rehab help with problems that you may face on the outside. And lastly, there's already research to show that drug rehabs in prisons are working very effectively. Drugs impact our decision making. The American Psychological Association has observed many individuals addicted to coke and marijuana since the 1980s. All of these individuals have some sort of frontal cortex abnormalities. Your frontal cortex is the part of your brain that enables us to make rational and sound decisions. It also helps us override impulse control. However, when your prefrontal cortex is not functioning correctly, the opposite begins to happen. These changes account for two characteristics of addiction: impulsivity and compulsivity. Impulsivity is the incline to act upon sudden urges or desires and not consider your consequences. Okay. Mhm. Whereas compulsivity is a behavior that an individual feels driven to perform to relieve anxiety. Do you see how this can lead a person down a jail stricken path? Let me provide you with the following example. Let's say that the prefrontal cortex acts as the brain's braking system. It is the brakes for the brain. When addiction damages this part of your brain, your ability to control other behavioral systems is shot as well. Ask yourself, how hard would it be to drive a car with no brakes? You'd probably crash. The benefits with rehab help with life after treatment. One of the main aims of rehab is to help patients create effective skills for getting back out into the real world. Studies with drug addicted patients show that during rehab, positive problem orientation is improved, motivation is intensified, and avoidance and negative problem orientation is reduced. These are skills that substance abuse users need in order to function when they come back into society. They need motivation to get a job or maybe even motivation to stay clean. They need to work through impulse from stealing or committing crimes. Rehab helps with all of these factors. Lastly, there's already research that shows that rehabs in prison are working very effectively. A 2009 study in an all men's Baltimore prison, for example, shows us that opiate addicted prisoners who started treatment and also counseling in prison and continued this upon their release have better outcomes than those who do not. This is not new news, and we've got data to show that these methods of rehab are working very effectively. According to the National Center of Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University, more than 800,000 criminals in the justice system right now would benefit from substance abuse treatment, but fewer than 150,000 actually receive it. My question is, if we know this, then why would we not offer rehabilitation programs in prison? By introducing rehab to these people, we are helping with a huge savings in society. The National Society of Drug Abuse gives us the following facts. Combining prison and community-based treatment for addicted offenders reduce the risk of drug-related crimes, which in turn nets huge savings. If we try to rehabilitate these people while they are in prison, we could worry less about their outcome when they come out to society. I have made claims, and most importantly, I have supported them with facts and data. I have showed you guys how drugs impact our decision making, how the teachings of rehab can assist you outside of the facility, as well as booming research that shows that my suggestion is already working. I want to thank you guys. I want you guys to think as an addict that needs help. Wouldn't you want the option of treatment? And this is my audience again. Everybody's still here.